Okay guys, hold on, let me bring so good afternoon. It's 5:02 p.m. Today is October 24th and Monday. We had a good day today actually. Overall, it is so basically good day in terms of buyers held it. Today is like some follow through. So far, entire October month there was no follow through, right? But today I think we had a follow through, right? That is what we wanted actually. So and that is what we want to see, right? So far we did not have a follow through, so you can see it here actually. So this is on October 21st, right? That is what I wrote it. So today, see at the closing time, today I can see real buyers, right? Whether it's due to OPEX or anything else, but these buyers are legit, right? Because they are moving up across indexes in sync, right? And then I wrote it, so Monday, which is today, no shorts. As long as ES is holding it above 37.36 or 43. 43 and 36 both became the Globex low today, right? So that's the hint that, hey, this, whatever the expectation from Friday, that bias needs to hold it, and then, no shorts, and they wanted to hold. I want to see them holding this area, and that area became a Globex low. And real buyers will not allow price to go below both. And you can see this was literally a Globex low, and buyers did not allow it to go below in Globex session, right? Then the next step is RTH session to see whether price wants to go down below this or it's holding it, right? But actually there is no short, right? And there are specific criteria that I gave you in today's pre-market note to look for shorts in which condition, right? I will go through it, but this is what. And next area for buyers to take out is 38.10, which they actually tried to take it in the overnight, right? But that became a Globex high. Later in the RTH, price went above 38.10, right? It went to 38.20, my favorite, right? Then got a rejection and came back down and closed around this area. See my point? So overall in this entire story, which I wrote on Friday and today's pre-market, at least we have to assume that buyers have a control above this area. Okay, now let's move it to this note, right? So this note here it says today is a follow through day, so we want to see follow through. Same thing whatever I wrote on Friday, which I just walked you through it, right? And then this was the target, right? And then I switched the statement here, say holding that area as a Globex high equal to 206 area may get visited once in RTH, and then decision to go down or up will happen. Basically then follow through or no follow through. So basically I'm saying this area could become a high of the day, but that we don't care. All we care is if we took a long, this could be our target. And then if price wants it to go down, now this is the short setup, right? If price wanted to go down, right, because that is what was been happening from last entire month, right? That price goes one day up and the next day down, right? So if that needs to happen, then you want to see price taking out the preferred sellers area basically, and you want to see preferred sellers area acting as a resistance. Then you want to see a step down move, and then liquidation internals or trending down internals across the board. Else look for follow through to the upside, right? NQ's rim numbers are important, and so does 233 to 260 area. This area became the low of the day pretty much, I would say. So this is all the story. So they are conservative buyers now, intraday conservative buyers. So overall, if you look at monthly time frame, you can see, hey, these buyers are aggressive now, right? But overall intraday they are conservative because they allow price to come all the way down to this area, then they bought it, right? So that's the story. So this is how you have to follow the story, read the context, and then act accordingly. Don't just blindly look at the price and say, what, hey, it's going down, so now I want to short, right? You have to understand the context, what is going on. So this area, Dow and Russell, they both held it yesterday or Friday and today also, right? Overall, so they were not bad. That means you favor longs. 363, 417 was a dream number. So NQ, at least this area and this area are important, right? So now let's go into today's price action, right? So this is 233 260 area became the low of the day. Yes, price pulled back little bit, went below it, but this was entire exchange area. You can see it held it, right? One touch here, try to break down and immediately pop back up. So this was a long here, right? This was a Globex low. Remember, as long as it's holding above Globex low, so NQ was able to come down all the way to this backup buyer area. You can see it here. Sorry, preferred buyers area, and this was a backup buyer area. See that backup buyer area? So NQ was able to come down all the way down, right? Which is almost 60, 80, 100 point lower than yesterday's close, Friday's close. So in a way, you want to see NQ's AD kind of, super bearish, but it was holding it around zero line here. See that? And then for a minute or 5-10 minutes, it poked below it. But then it did not go far, it was not negative like too much. Immediately pop back up, see, with the price, right? And when this pullback happened, AD was around zero line here, -8 barely, right? So, and then you can assume it's like price bounced from this support, and then it was managed to go back above Globex low, sorry, right? So it's a failed breakdown there. Then it went higher, right? And remember, in Discord I said, so here around what time, 10:35, right? So let me walk you through ES also at the same time, and then I'll catch up with this area, right? So around, while I'm here, so this was the time, right? So ES went above 81, NQ went all the way to 325, right? So now let me show you my Discord, what I wrote it there, so at least you know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm giving you enough heads up, all you have to just follow through it. So hold on, let me pull it out, that information. Okay, so here is the information right here. See, 10:07, right? So if you look at it, this was the time, this was around 10:07. So right here, when price was here, I said if sellers are strong, then let it hold it below 325, which is this area, this high. When price was here, I said that, right? And then ES 81. Now, if not, then price will again go higher, correct? So, and then I wrote another statement also, right? So this was at 11 o'clock when the price was here, I wrote it, right? So now then you observe, and then you are already seeing that price came into backup buyers area, it holding, and we also discuss in Discord, both has to break down together, right? But NQ breakdown here in the morning range, right? So that was a short. If you want to take it, you can take it. But the breakdown happened right at the preferred buyers area. So NQ had a short here, right? But there at the same time, ES was not broken down yet completely. So there was no short. By the time you are ready to short, price already in the backup buyers area. So there is no short here, right? Then ES broke down like this, right? Below this 67. So there was a short here, right here, below this 77 area. That was a balanced stop, as we discussed already in Discord, right? So and I think 81 or 87 was the another balanced stop, which is this area, But anyway, this was a mini short here, but it was not in exact sync, so I wouldn't take this one. Anyway, that buyers are there above this area, right? So it does not make sense to short it after that Friday's trend day up immediately aggressively in the middle of Globex range, right? That's why you don't take a short here, even though it's a bold area. Price is like trading below preferred sellers now because it broke down like this, right? So all this thing you can take one short, but then internals were also trending down, right, like this, but still you cannot short it because ED was not that weak, not a liquidation kind, and step down pattern did not even happen yet. It was like mini, just a basic startup, So price balanced it here, right? Then it broke down like this, then it went up, then it now coming down. So this is like beginning of the step down. You don't want to short it here. You want price to like confirm another step down because of strong up day from Friday, right? So you want to see some confirmation. You want to see NQ breaking down below this backup buyers area. See, technically above backup and preferred, buyers have a control. They can jump in at the backup area too, right? That's why they are listed as a backup buyer area. Conservative area, right? Preferred is like little bit aggressive area, and this is super aggressive area, aggressive buyers, right? So now you understand why not taking a short here, okay? But look for longs, right? And exhaustion in that case, So this was the exhaustion into 3750, right? Which was option level. But since there is no level here, right? You can't go long here. NQ you can go long, but ES you cannot go long because technically ES can fall down another 7 point and then bounce while NQ is balancing here, right? So you can't go long here, but instead if price goes higher, then yes, you can go long, right? At the pullback. Pullback is this area, right? Because this is the area that price tried to hold it in the morning like this, right here. This was a morning low, right? And then it bounced back up. Then it came down, sliced through it after this balance. So this area is important now, right? If sellers are there, they have to hold it below it, ideally. And then now my tweet comes, right? My Discord comes here. That 325 and 81. So basically I give you higher up area, like this, 81 and 325. If price goes above it, it is now confirming it. See here, that was a first long here, early on, In this case, you basically playing this failed breakdown, in both of them together. Your target is 325, right? And here is 81, which is this area, this, here somewhere. And then you bail out. Now, once price went higher like this, that now buyers have a control. Price can go higher based on this, right? Then 1143, so which is later on here. When price was here, I typed it that pending target is 467 and 535, ES 9902 and 3820, right? And then I gave you target for Russell also, correct? So at least that much potential is there, correct? Now price is also confirming failed breakdown, went above 81, went above 325 like this, right? Went above this 24-hour VWAP also. It was hovering around here, but it was holding this 325. See that? Which it broke out, it turned into support here. See, it was holding, right? At that time, you can see internals holding above zero line here. See my point? So at the same time, yes, right? It was holding around zero line. See, if price wanted to go down here, momentum was there, but it couldn't go down, right? Instead, you're seeing plus 600 again. See, that was the sign. See, S&P 500 never went below zero line. Yes, it poked below a little bit, but you can see it held it at zero line. So technically, S&P 500 was in a strong bullish disconnect, while price was even, almost 20 point down below yesterday Friday's close. So this was a strength, So all you need is looking for is confirmation now, And this was the early on trade targeting here. Then this was the real trade. Long here, and now you can target this high or this my pending targets all the way up to 467, which is this area, or even 535, this area, right? You have that much potential to hold it, or you can bail out here at the morning high, right? And then you can look for re-evaluate again, So ES same thing, right? So here you bail out 0206. Remember I said if we go long, price will revisit 02, 04, 06 area in RTH, right? So when it revisited here, you can bail out here, right? And it's also this high also, correct? So you can bail out here. No need to short here, because now internals are trending higher, correct? Then price came down like this, right? Where did it came down? 86, 87 area. See that? Same level. It came down here. See, look at this. It tried to broke out, fail, breakout, fail, breakout, fail, like touch, fail, and then finally it broke out, right? And then it came down to the same area. First time, somebody will buy it, at least back to this or this, right? So that was your long. And same thing in NQ also at the same time. Look at this, right? Same thing. It was also VWAP, right? And these things, right? It like try to go up, 417, right? Or 393, this dream number, whatever this area is, right? This is the dream number, right? You can see try to break out, fail. Finally it went up and pull back, same area, right? So you go long, no? Or you don't trade because they were screwed up right here, right? So at least screwed up means both sides are active. That's why you are seeing these responses. But overall you can see it now. Sellers fail to break down basically, or push it lower. Now price coming back here again during RTX. That means it wants to go higher. It's a follow through, simple, right? You can go back and study all the days, when there was a trend up day, down day, next day. If there is no follow through, then you will see this thing slicing through it. If there is a follow through, then price will go like this, right? So this was a long based on that. This was also long, same time. Now you target 38.20 because this area acted once, twice, thrice, and in the overnight 4 times. Now 5th time, if it is particularly near the late noon, most likely it will go through it, because of this momentum and AD, right? So when NQ, same thing, look at here, like this, right? So NQ went all the way up to 567, right, and even higher towards 535, but it basically got rejection from this naked trim number area, this area, right? It did not even touch it. So because of ES, it got rejection early on, right? See, this was a short also, so I took it, right? I showed you in Discord and I gave you the rationale behind it, right? So because it was exhaustion straight from here to into 20, and we know 20 is very powerful, right? NQ is also closing, coming towards pending target. This was a pending target, right, based on this, right? So now if target is there, then there is not left much, because today was not a trend day up, right? It was a two-sided day. So price is not going to go higher and higher like this, it will pause. So that's why you take a short, but you have to zoom into the lower time frame to find your short, right? So when it touched here, there was no short because price can technically go to 38 little bit higher too, right? When NQ touched like here, then ES comes down, right? So you have to wait. So I draw a line here, you can see it here, see that, like this, see? Then price balanced it little bit, then boom, cracked down, right? Then I draw another line here, right? And then it went up, correct? And then rejection, again back up little bit, slight rejection, I shorted it because my stop is right here, 21.50. My entry was 21.38.20, 19.50. I had a 1 to 2 point stop here, barely even 1 point I would say, and my target was this or this, and then finally it came down here, right? So that's the idea, simple stuff, but it works. And you can see AD here was trying to hold below zero line here. See that? See, this is the thing you want to notice here. See here, it was like going up, plus 600, but when price again tried to go higher like this, this is exhaustion. You can see it literally. It lifted up, same time this thing's like barely moving up now. It like died down right there, and then you can see boom, right, and then pop back up, short. So those are the trades today. In the morning also, while I was walking you through it, we took couple of trades here back and forth in this chop, right? But then I gave up. All trades were profitable, back and forth, shorts, long, everything we did it here, right? Even though I'm not supposed to short, right? But actually I did not take a short, I guess, right? I only took like couple of longs. But anyway, so then I did not trade it after these things, and then I just left, since I had to go out or read something, I'll tell you what later on. But but these are the trades, if you're watching it, these are the trades. It's very easy trades today, not that hard, later on. But you have to observe the price, what price is doing, and then context you have to remember, and that be all for today. Now tomorrow, so this is the key area now, right? So tomorrow this is the key area now, and 67.70 is important, but ideally I do not want price to even come to 67, which is this area. I do not want price to come here. I want price to hold above this, this area pretty much. I do not want price to even revisit this area again, but we'll see how it goes in the overnight. NQ actually held this area now, right? So entire last week damn thing balanced around here, back and forth. Now today is the first day it held it. Second day you don't want to price to come down here, not even here. You want price to trade higher and higher. That is what you want to see. And that be all for today.